Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into all things nails when it comes to Amazon. So this is going to be a great way for you to see some really fun fall affordable nail finds. I did an Amazon nail haul about 2 months ago and you guys loved it, so I figured let's do a fall Amazon nail haul. So we have tons of goodies. So let's not waste any time. We're going to dive right into these. So grab a snack and let's get into it. Let's start off with all the gel polishes first, and we're going to kick it off with some double rhythm collections. I grabbed two. I grabbed a solid color and then a really fun cat eye that I figured would be perfect for cozy season. So I love the packaging of double rhythm. If you saw my last video, we unboxed a double rhythm collection and I was completely blown away by the quality of this. So I picked up some reds and oranges because I feel like when I'm playing with some of the Amazon brand gel polishes, the oranges and the reds are the hardest to get the best opacity. So I really wanted to test these out. So it comes with a swatch card, which I love so much. And then it shows the glossy finish and a matte finish, which is absolutely perfect. That is such a time saver because then you don't need to swatch your polishes. So I really like that they include that. So the bottles, I do really like the bottles. I like how they show the color of the gel polish that's in it, and they're just a beautiful matte finish. So I'm just looking at the first color and it looks like it's giving opaque, but we'll try it out here in just a moment. And the only thing with the bottles, the double rhythm on the side right there, that does slide out easily. And if you are looking to keep that in place so it doesn't slide around, one of the viewers on my last Amazon haul said that she glues hers on and then they stay in place. So that's definitely an option if you don't want that double rhythm piece in the middle of the bottle to slide around. It also has a color indicator. So let's get into some of these colors to see how they perform. So this is the first color. It's an orange. And look at that. We already have, I'm actually kind of surprised by this. I was not expecting it to be this opaque with that first go around. I thought this was going to be very sheer and that we were going to have to build it up. But that's what it's looking like with one coat. And we're going to go ahead and pop that in the lamp and give it a good cure for 30 seconds. And then here's what it looks like cured. This is a great orange. I also want to see how this is going to perform when you utilize it with a nail art brush because I feel like this might be great for a nail art option, especially when it comes to some fine lines. So we'll dive into that in just a moment. But I do want to build it up just a little bit to see what it looks like with two coats. I feel like that's only fair for this collection. It's just see what it looks like with two coats and it looks even better. It's a little bit of a deeper orange, but I really like this. I'm not noticing any patchy or streakiness to this. So far, all the double rhythm gel polishes that I've tried are absolutely amazing and I do kind of want them all, but I figured let's just touch base with some of the fall colors first before we just dive right into the whole double rhythm collection because double rhythm offers so many different collections and they all look so good. All right, so now we're just taking a little bit of that orange and I'm just kind of seeing how it works with a nail art brush, just creating some lines here. It looks like we're having some good pigment and we'll just do one more line and then I do want to try it on a swatch stick so we can get a really good feel. I want to put it on a clear swatch stick without any base so we can really see how vibrant this orange is. But as of right now, this color, you're already going to be able to use that one for nail art, which is a plus because you have best of both worlds with this collection. But I do want to try out some more colors to just make sure that formula of opacity is carrying through this entire collection. So let's take a look at a few more colors. All right, so that red definitely passed the test. I really think this collection is worth it, especially for the color payoff that we're getting. Moving on to one more double rhythm collection. This is the Sunset Cat Eye collection, but on Amazon it is listed as the Neon Yellow Green, and we're going to dive into this one. This is a cat eye collection, but the colors totally reminded me of Harry Potter. So that is the main reason why I grabbed this. And plus the cat eye has a little bit of like a beautiful gold reflex in it. So it gives you a little bit of a breakdown on how to utilize the product. And it also has a safety data sheet in here. So your MSD sheet. I do not request those from companies. If that's something that you're into or want to grab or curious on a safety sheet, you can definitely reach out to the manufacturer and they will send it to you. If they don't, then I would recommend not even using that brand if someone's not openly transparent on giving you that sheet. But I do find that it was really nice that they included that in this collection. So check out these beautiful jewel tone colors. I feel like this would be great for Christmas as well. They also include a magnet, and again, you have that awesome swatch card. So the bottles again are this beautiful matte finish, and then they're the colors of all the different cat eyes with the color indicator on the bottom. So I am going to show you what it looks like with one coat only because I really want you to get a good feel on these cat eyes. So we're going to go in with the yellow one because sometimes I feel like yellow is really hard to work with or really hard to get coverage. So I wanted to dive into that yellow first and check it out. We have a good yellow. So it's not like that bright harsh yellow. It's on more of like that gold side, which I feel like this is going to be really pretty and you're going to be able to do a lot of things with it. But I really want to see what it looks like when we hit it with the magnet and check it out. We have that magnetic pole. Now the magnetic particles are pretty similar to this base color, but you can definitely see that light shining through and it gives it a really cool effect. Let's pop the flash on because I do want to see what this looks like with the flash as well. And look at that, those particles are just dancing and it looks really beautiful. I could do this forever, just like play with the magnet here and look at all those particles dancing around. But overall, I do really like this. So this is what it looks like with one coat and it's cured and it's really beautiful. I do like that one. I feel like that would be great for like a tiger eye. And if you're also into that tortoiseshell nail look, that would be a great option to pull in for your base color. All right, so the next one that's very intriguing to me is the black one in the collection. So I want to see how this one performs. Plus, I feel like it's giving me all that spooky eeriness. So let's take a closer look at this color. And I also am going to keep the flash on so we can really see the magnetic particles come to life. Now this looks absolutely beautiful with that black jelly base, and then we have the gold reflex shining through. That looks absolutely stunning. And stay tuned, I will be diving into this entire collection to create a nail look here on my channel soon. All right, moving on to the next brand, we have some polishes from Goya. I know I'm totally butchering that name. We have two 23-piece collections. The first collection, it is called The Dance of the Leaves, and this right here is a great color palette. It's rustic, it's cozy, it's not only perfect for fall, but Thanksgiving. You can do so many different plaid looks with this. This right here just screams fall to me, and I'm totally here for it. The best part about this collection is that it also includes a base coat, a top coat, and a matte top coat. And if you're in the market for a matte top coat when it comes to isolation chrome, that's a great one to add to your collection. So this right here, we're going to just pick out some yellows, we're going to pick out an orange and maybe a brown or two and then see how these perform. I'm really interested to see if these are going to be great for nail art as well. I really like a collection that you can use for an all over color and that you can implement in nail art. I just feel like if you're investing in a gel polish collection, it's nice to get multiple ways to utilize the product. So I'm just going to pull out some different yellows. I'm just looking, we have a great like color spectrum here of yellows. We have some bright pops of yellow and then it just fades into those darker yellows all the way into the oranges. So this is a great one, especially if you don't know what yellow is going to complement a skin tone. This is a great one to grab because you have every kind of like rustic yellow all in one collection. And can we talk about the bottle sizes here? I think they're absolutely adorable. First of all, realistically, like this color right here, I would never go through a full-size bottle of that one. So I do like that these are mini because then we have more color options in this collection. Plus, I'm never going to use a full size of most of these colors. So I just like that they're a little bit of a sample color, but yet you're going to be able to do so many different looks with this. And you're going to get a lot of use out of these, even though the bottles are small. So just keep that in mind when you are purchasing this collection, that they are the smaller bottles, which I absolutely love so much. All right, so we're going to pull out a couple of these colors and let's see how they perform. And we're also going to go ahead and dive back into seeing how they perform with the nail art brush as well. Also, that nail art brush that I was using is from Amazon as well, so I will link that in that description box below. All right, so let's start off with a yellow first. I I love a good yellow for fall. I feel like it just kind of ties in any kind of fall look for me. And I know yellows can be hit or miss for a lot of people, but I'm always on the hunt for that perfect fall yellow. So first impressions right off the bat, we have great coverage with one coat. I really like how that formula is looking, not patchy, not streaky, but I do want to also try it with a nail art brush to kind of see how we're working with here because I have high hopes for this because I really want this to work for nail art. I feel like some fall plaid nail art designs is definitely what this collection is needing. So I really want it to work with a liner brush. And here's what the yellow looks like. And it's looking promising. I feel like we're definitely gonna be able to utilize this for nail art as well, which is definitely a plus. So this is what it looks like with one coat cured, and I'm totally here for it. I do like this yellow. It looks great with one coat. It's not too transparent or anything like that. We have a great foundation. So I'm only gonna show you what it looks like with one coat because I do like the color payoff. Plus, I feel like you can get a really good feel on how this is gonna perform with one coat. So let's take a look at a few more colors to see how this collection performs. All right, so far all the colors that we tried were great for an all over coverage and you could utilize them for nail art. I really like this collection. I definitely think it's a must have, especially if you're looking for something still for that cozy season. This is a great one to have. I do like this brown because I feel like it's more on the cooler side. A lot of times when you're working with browns, they are on the warmer side. But this color combination right here, it is absolutely everything. It is screaming Thanksgiving. And then if you pull in a pop of red, you're going to be good to go. All right, so that was the first collection. So now I want to dive into another Goya collection. This one is going to be a little bit more different. We're still going to be pulling in the fall colors. This is the Golden Harvest collection. And again, it's that same 23 piece. It also includes a top coat, the base coat, and the matte top coat as well. But these ones, we have some more of those berry colors. We also have a beautiful teal, but these ones are more of a jelly kind of finish. So you have some fall jellies, which are so fun. You can layer them over cat eyes. You could also layer them in between glitter pieces. So if you have some leaf glitters, you could also layer this on top of it for a really awesome effect. You can do so many things with jellies. So I really wanted to grab this because I love a good jelly. Plus, these are the fall color palette. So I figured let's give these a whirl to see how they perform as well. Plus, this teal right here is absolutely beautiful. This is one that I'm definitely intrigued by, and I really want to see how it looks with the jelly finish. Plus, I feel like you could chrome over these. Again, options are endless. My gears are turning. Now, the first one, it's a beautiful mauve plum color. Now, I do like the coverage that we're getting for a jelly, and keep in mind it's going to have that transparent finish. So this is what the first coat looks like cured, and I'm only going to show you what this looks like with one coat because I really want you to get a good feel on how jelly these are and the transparency that you're going to get with one coat. Now, you could always build up the color even more by incorporating two coats for a more bolder color. If you're looking for an intense color, I definitely recommend doing 3 coats. But jellies are a great way to enhance any nail look, and they're really fun because the fact that they are super buildable. All right, so let's grab a few more colors and see how they perform. How gorgeous is this neutral pink jelly? It is absolutely perfect. This is going to be a great base color, and I need to look to see if they sell this color in a full-size bottle because that is absolutely gorgeous. And then here are the 4 colors that we swatched from the collection. I do really like this formula, and I cannot wait to dive into some more of these. Overall, both collections from Goya did not disappoint, and they are perfect for cozy season. All right, so moving on to just a few more gel polish collections. I swear we're almost to the next category. So I did pick up a couple from Beetles. This is in the Whispers of Love. And if you love a nudie collection, this is going to be for you because these are just a beautiful nudie syrup base color. I've been using these I have had this collection for about 2 months now, and then I did just order a backup because it was on sale. And these colors are great for a base color. So if you like a nudie color base, for your nail art backgrounds, this is going to be for you, and the coverage is absolutely everything. The bottles are really beautiful as well. I do like how they're more of like that neutral kind of aesthetic. I am just going to show you what one of the colors look like because I have been using this a lot on my channel. I did an Amazon Beetles nail look, and we utilized this color as the base, and then we did some really fun kind of like abstract nail art to it. Overall, I really like the quality of this formula. It looks great with one coat, and you can even do a buildable coat and build up that color a little bit more so it's not so transparent with a second coat. But overall, such a great neutral tones, and it does complement so many different skin tones. I really like this one. It's definitely a must-have in my book. So this is what it looks like with one coat cured. It's very soft. It's just an overall, just a gorgeous collection. And then up next, we have the Buzzy Field collection, which this one I bought specifically on colors alone. I thought the color combination was really fun and unique. I just thought you could make a really fun nail look with it. But then after playing with these colors, it had me thinking of Wicked. All right, so the first thing in here, it did come with some flower stickers, which I've never gotten a 6-piece collection from Beetles that had stickers included, so I thought that was really fun. And then it also included a dotting tool in a small tiny nail art brush, so that was something unique that I've never experienced in my 6-piece collections from Beetles. All right, so that's just a little dotting tool on one end and then a nail art brush on the other one. Again, it's cute, it's mini, and I'm here for it. I probably will just keep it for the dotting tool, but I mean, normally for a nail art brush, I don't like something that small in my hand, but you could always use an extra dotting tool. All right, so here's the colors. And again, the colors I got based on, I just thought they were fun and funky. And then when I finally saw these colors, I was like, okay, perfect for Wicked. And you're going to see here why in just a moment. So this green is really beautiful. It's looking like it's going to be really opaque. This coral color is also really beautiful as well. And stay tuned later in a video when we're testing on another product. We're going to play with the 3 colors right here so you can see them come to life. So eventually you will see all these colors. But right here, this pink is definitely making me think of Wicked. And then we have this beautiful mermaid blue. See, the colors are just so funky in this collection. And then this green right here brought me back to Wicked vibes as well. So we're going to focus on the pink and the green because, again, this is a fall Amazon nail must-have, and Halloween is right around the corner, and there's some Wicked sneak peeks coming out. So this collection might be just for you based on the price point and the concept of these colors. All right, so this pink is really beautiful. That's what it looks like with one coat. I feel like it's absolutely stunning with one coat. But again, we're going to build it up, and it's going to give us that perfect pink. I really like how when you look at the light too, it kind of gives you almost like this effortless kind of chromy pearl effect. It's really beautiful. I feel like you're going to be able to do a lot with this color. And again, if you wanted it more intense, you could always do a 3rd coat as well. Sticking with the formula, it also did not have that strong chemical scent to it as well. I do keep bringing that up because sometimes when you are playing with polishes, especially from Amazon, they can have an overbearing harsh chemical scent to that, and I do not like that at all. So I tend to stay away from brands like that. So this one did not disappoint, and this is the green that I was like, okay, this is giving me those Wicked feels by pulling in the green. But overall, such a fun collection, and these 2 colors right here are absolutely fun. Stay tuned. I have a nail look coming featuring these 2 colors here on my channel. It should be on here later this week, so stay tuned for that. I'm just going to put it in a reel, but overall, I'm so obsessed with these colors. And then that's what it looks like with the flash. The colors definitely are coming to life with that flash on. But so far, we have found some really awesome gel products. So moving on, we're going to try out some Pat Pat gels. Pat Pat gels are all over social media right now. They're super trendy, so I figured Goya just came out with some Pat Pat gels, and let's put them to the test to see if they are worth it or not. And then we have some couple other Pat Pat gels that we're going to dive into. So we have some beautiful colors. So the first collection is more of like your fun, it's called Melted Gelato. So you have like your fun pastel-y kind of colors. I figure the pastel Halloween, and then you have more of your rustic fall colors when it comes to the other collection. So I did pick up two. So the other thing about this collection is that it also comes with the mini sponges, and then it also comes with the grabber for the sponge. So you have everything you need in this kit for all your Pat Pat needs. And I do like that the sponges come in this little box so you can keep everything really organized. So this is right here. I was not expecting the sponges to come in the box, but I do like that. Just the little things, right? They kind of just make everything just come together and just make things easier. It's all about when you're creating your nails is having things easy, right? All right, and then this is the little sponge grabber right here. So everything you need for your Pat Pat needs. Now let's get into the packaging. So if you are getting this, my only thing that I will say is that the packaging, it is very well packaged. Now that could definitely be a plus, right? But when it comes to utilizing a product, I am so excited. I just want to dive into the product and to be able to use it right away. And let me tell you, these covers that are on these gels are impossible to get off. I literally tried everything. First, I was like, I'm gonna try like this little like cuticle nipper thingy that they put in the box, which I hate. I don't recommend anybody using those. So I was like, let's just go ahead and use that to try and pry that open. I'm trying a orange wood stick. I am trying everything to get this open. And these covers were so strong. And once you get them open, you're going to be good to go, but it was a struggle to open it. I probably should have just like got a tiny scissors once I got that hole in there and then just cut it off. But once I got that hole in there and I was able to just take my hand and just rip the rest of that packaging off. Again, I am wearing a glove, so make sure you are protecting your skin when you are removing this cover. But once we got that cover off, we were golden. Now, before I go in with the Pat Pat gel, I always like to go ahead and take a piece of tape and just press it on that sponge to make sure I'm removing any lint or sponge particles that might be on that sponge before we go in with the gel to make sure we're getting a smooth application when it comes to the gel. So I'm just going to go ahead and work that product right into the sponge here. And we're starting off with the purple one. We're just going to play with one of them today because we are going to dive in deeper to this Pat Pat gel, but I really wanted to see what the light purple looked like. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and just focus on the middle of the nail here, and I'm already liking what I'm seeing. We have a good color payoff. And again, Pat Pat gels are great for aurora effect. They're a really easy way to go ahead and create a French tip, but I'm already liking the color payoff that we are getting with this beautiful purple. So I have high hopes for this. This is a great quality and the price point was just right. If you are looking for a Pat Pat gel, this would be a great one to grab. I'm going to now just focus on the tip of the nail, and we're creating a gradient little French tip moment here, and I'm totally here for it. So I did not do a base on this. I wanted to do it on the clear swatch stick so you could really get a good feel on how this product performs. The only thing I would have to say is the packaging, getting that cover off was absolutely horrible. So when you get this, go ahead and remove the covers right away. So then when you are ready to utilize this product, you are going to be good to go, because I'm telling you right now, if you are in the middle of a set and then trying to get those covers off, it's just going to just take the wind out of your sails. All right. So the next Pat Pat gel collections that we have, I will be honest with you, the packaging totally got me. I only got this based on packaging alone. I know that sounds really horrible, but the packaging got me, and it's adorable and it's cute. So I really have high hopes for this. All right, so again, Pat Pat gel, same thing. It's going to come with these sponges, and then we're going to open this up here, and then it looks like it also, yep, it also came with a cotton grabber as well. But how cute is this packaging? It is absolutely adorable. And at first I didn't know if the image on that box was going to be the same image on the Pat Pat gel product itself, but I'm so glad it is. And it's very thin, it's very compact. So we're going to dive into this here in just a moment. But before we get into that, check out the colors. So this one right here, there are two different versions of this. This is a 20 color, and this one has a little bit of bright pops of color. It also has some Halloween colors on the bottom. When I saw the orange and the black together, I was like, okay, let's try this one. Plus, I really like that they have some bright bold factors in here. And then on the corner as well, it had some metallic silver and a gold. And then the other one right here has a Pomeranian on it, which I had to grab because I do have a Pomeranian named Gizmo. So this one right here kind of like melted my whole heart. So again, even the smaller one also came with these sponges, and it also came with another sponge grabber. And then again, the packaging, it's carrying that artwork through and through. Again, that very slick, thin packaging. It's going to be great for storage. And then this one is more of your rustic, kind of earthy, neutral colors, which are perfect for fall. It's very warm, but yet we have a couple cool tones in here. So we have a lot of colors, and the price point, I believe this one was like $15 or so. And then the other one was like 19, and then there was coupons as well that you could stack on top of that. But overall, we know the packaging is cute. Here are all the colors together. So the packaging is cute, but let's see if the product works. I will say the only thing that I think is complete garbage out of this whole thing is the sponges. The sponges are so flat. Look at that. You're not going to be able to do anything with that. If you try doing an ombre or gradient effect, it is not going to work out for you. It's going to look like complete garbage. So those sponges are a no-go for me. So we're going to go back into the Goya sponges and just utilize those for trying out the Pat Pat gels, because those other sponges, just throw those right in the trash. So again, we're going to go in with that 3M medical tape that I use for color blocking, and I also use it to stamp my sponges to get rid of any of the sponge particles before we go in with the gel. So we are going to go in with this mauve pink first, and we're just going to go ahead and see how this performs. So I'm taking a little bit of product and just going to work it into the sponge. The most important thing about Pat Pat gels is you really want to take that time and work that product into the sponge. It's going to help you get a really awesome gradient effect. So it's looking good right on that little swatch pad that we're working with, but now it's time to see how it performs on the nail. So again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start right in the middle. Now I will say these are a little bit more sheer. They might look a little bit more bolder with a base color underneath, but they're a little bit more on the slighter sheer side compared to the Goya ones, which, I mean, you kind of have to think about what's going to work best for you. If you're just diving into Pat Pat gels, this might be a good one because you can build it up and you have a little bit more wiggle room on forgiveness, versus the Goya ones are super, super pigmented. So a little bit of product is going to go a long way. These are going to be more of like your buildable Pat Pat gels. And then let's go into the other one. And I just want to test out the black one to kind of see how that performs. I do have a Pat Pat gel that is a black one, that is a Korean brand one that I'm always using on my channel that is absolutely fantastic. It is the purest black ever, and it does not compare to this one. This one is definitely more on that sheer side. It's almost kind of like a dark gray, but I'm sure if you go ahead and cure it and go over it a few times, you definitely can go ahead and get it to be that dark color. But it all depends on your preference. If you're looking for like a sheer wash of a style of a Pat Pat gel, this would be a good option. But if you're looking for full coverage, again, that Goya one is gonna be definitely a must-have. I mean, the only takeaway on that one was the dang packaging, but I can get over that because the product was really good. And again, this product is good too. It's just more on the sheer side, and the packaging is super adorable. So again, I'm a sucker for packaging, and the packaging definitely got me when it came to these Pat Pat gels. But overall, and then once you're done with the Pat Pat gel, always go in with a lint-free alcohol wipe and just clean everything up so it's ready to go for next time. This one did have a slight scent to it, but it wasn't too overpowering or anything like that. But overall, I do really like these, and I will utilize them again for a sheer kind of like a watercolor wash effect. I feel like these are going to be good for that watercolor effect. All right, so up next we have a Koopa gel top coat. I grabbed this one because I noticed that the viscosity was on the thinner side, and I like a thin top coat because I do make press-ons. So for me personally, I like a thin top coat to just help keep the shape of the nail and help reduce any extra bulk that I may be adding to the nail by layering it with product. So I'm really intrigued by this one. I have not tried it out yet, so stay tuned. We'll dive into more of that one later. And then another Goya product. Now this on Amazon, it is listed as a 2-in-1 builder base, so I'm curious to see how the viscosity is and how this is going to perform. I have not seen anything on this yet. Same thing with the Pat Pat gels. I haven't seen much of that, the new products from Goya, so I wanted to pick up some of the new products so we can test them out and see how they perform. So the first thing in here, this is going to be a little flat brush, and then here is what the packaging looks like. I do like the sleek, the clean aesthetic that we have going on here. It also has the product on the side of it and also the cover, and then The main reason why I wanted to try this, it says that it is a nail strengthener. They also have two different formulas. They have a 2-in-1 builder gel base, and then they also have a low heat builder gel. I'm not sure what the difference is between those, but this one is the regular 2-in-1 builder gel. I will say it was a lot easier to open. The only thing is, keep in mind when you're opening this is super, super runny. It is a very, very thin viscosity. I was not expecting it to be this thin when I opened it. So I recommend before you open it, let it sit for a minute so all that product can just level to the bottom of the jar. Then go ahead and carefully open that, because if you open it too quick, it will spill everywhere because it is super, super runny. So we're just going to try out that flat brush now. And again, I'm just picking up a little bit of product. The only thing, if you are utilizing this as a builder gel, since it is very fast self-leveling, like the moment you start playing with it, it completely just like goes flat. I don't know how you're going to be able to build up an apex with that. So that's a product that I probably would use to apply some glitters or something like that. I wouldn't use it as a builder gel. But overall, a very unique product, and I'm interested to test it out a little bit more, and then I'll get back to you on my final thoughts. All right, so a few more gel products. The first thing here, it's a Beetles all over color, and this is a very neutral color. I was looking for something more on the pinkier side when it came to like a jelly for an all over base for a good background for nail art, and I wanted something more on the pinkier side. This is kind of giving pink ballerina bow, and I'm totally here for it. If you remember that neutral collection that we looked at before, that was like all the nudes, those are more like a skin tone kind of color. I wanted something more on the pinkier side, so I figured let's give this one a go. And I do like that it is a full-size bottle. So this is what it looks like with one coat cured. It's really beautiful and delicate. I feel like you're going to build this up. If you want it to be a little bit more on the darker side, go ahead and build up that color just a little bit with a second coat. The second coat also just kind of completes the whole deal for me. It gets rid of any imperfections, any streakiness, or any lines from that first coat, and just is a completely beautiful color, but a great one to have in your collection. And then I also picked up the blooming gel from Beetles. I love a good blooming gel. I've tried, what did we try last time? We tried the Goya one. I also tried a Born Pretty one recently on my channel. So I figured let's keep that going and try the Beetles one. And I always am intrigued by a blooming gel because the first thing I do is always look at the viscosity. Sometimes they're very runny, sometimes they're on the thicker side. I will say the Beetles one is a little bit more on the thicker side. It is not as runny as the Goya one. The Goya one is really runny, and that one works really well. I do love that one, and it's also a little bit more thicker than the Born Pretty formula. So let's see how that works. We're going to test it out. We're going to go back to the Beetles collection, and we're going to pull in that coral, and then this is where you're going to see the rest of those colors from the Buzzy Fields collection. And I'm just going to go ahead now. I cured that coral color. And then we're going to go in with the blooming gel. I'm just going to do a thin, even layer. And then once I apply that, we are not going to cure. And then I am going to go in with that dotting tool, and we're just going to pick up the green and the yellow and just create a random design. I'm honestly just slapping these dots on the nail. There's no rhyme or reason to the design. I just really want to see how the blooming gel performs. Now this is a little bit on the thicker side I mentioned before, so you are going to get a slower blooming effect. So you do have a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to timing, that you can kind of, I mean, you don't want to take your time into your design, you kind of do want to work quickly, but you have a little bit of wiggle room compared to the thinner side of the blooming gels. If they're very thin and runny, you kind of have to work fast. This one, you have a little bit of a slight wiggle room for that blooming to take effect. So then once that blooming is exactly how you want it, go ahead and pop that in the lamp and you're good to go. Go ahead and do a top coat. And then the other item that we have is another one where we're circling back to Double Rhythm. This is a really fun and unique product. This is a texture gel. So I was looking at their 3D sculpting gels, and then this one really caught my eye, and I have a couple visions for this. Some cake nails. I was thinking maybe a little bit of a pumpkin pie kind of moment, but the packaging, I do like the packaging. And then it says it's a 3D type of gel, and it also says on the Amazon listing that it is a non-sticky gel. I'll get back to that portion in just a minute, so remember that. But I like what it's looking like in the jar already. You can see we have a little bit of a texture moment. It's also giving kind of like a pearly shift. So this is going to be really fun to play with, I feel like. And again, it is a textured gel. So I'm just going to scoop up a little bit here, and then we're just going to go ahead and place it on that nail art palette. I'm just going to spread it around and see what kind of texture we're getting. But I would say this is not something that you would want to necessarily, it's going to be hard to sculpt with this because I feel like it is softer than your traditional non-sticky gels. So I'm not sure what you're going to be able to per se sculpt with this, but adding some really fun texture and kind of giving you like that 3D kind of texture effect, I feel like these are going to be great to come and play. Also, that's not something that you could go and touch and roll into a ball or anything like that. It was a whole sticky kind of mess. So again, this is going to be something that you're going to be able to utilize for texture and creating that kind of effect. Don't think you're going to get this product and be able to sculpt with it. Now, maybe the ones that are not textured, for my next haul, I'll grab some more of these and we can kind of do a comparison. But the ones that are not textured, I'm pretty sure that you could sculpt and mold with those. So just keep that in mind when you're playing with that. All right, moving on, we have some jelly tips because this would not be complete without trying some new and restocking some of my must-haves when it comes to the tips. So something that I've repurchased so many times are these Gel X soft jelly tips. These are the ones that are an extra short square. I love these extra short squares. They are the perfect square shape and they are the perfect length. I love these so much. I really like how they are all on this stand as well. They easily come off too. They don't leave like a harsh mark on the tip of the nail. You can just easily file that off if needed. But I love the shape of these, and if you are looking for a true short square, this is going to be for you. They're super comfy. They're pre-etched on the cuticle line as well. I like to use these for press-ons, and I have not run into any issues with these. They're super comfy by the cuticle line, which I love so much, and I do like them, and they are repurchased. I probably repurchased this, honestly, probably like 8+ more times. And then a new to me product is the new Models Ones Soft Gel Nail Tips. These are supposed to be a game changer. These have lines on them, so you can go ahead and customize the shape and you can create whatever shape you want. So you get one soft jelly tip and then you create the shape. I think that's really cool and very innovative and unique. We're going to dive into these on a whole video on its own. I just wanted to show you a little sneak peek. They have lines on there, and you can really see the lines on the bigger nail here. And then when I am feeling the nail, you can slightly feel the lines. But supposedly when you go ahead and put the base coat on top of it, you cannot even feel those lines or anything like that. But it has the lines there to guide you to create whatever shape you're looking for. I think that's really unique. Then you don't have to buy so many different shapes. You just have that one box. And then up next, we have another Beetles product. This is the 3D gel in a tube. I love these gels. They're, to me, I mean, they could be kind of gimmicky because I feel like you can't really utilize them in the tube. They don't really work that well. So you do have to kind of put it on a palette first and then you kind of use a nail art brush for it. But it's a good concept. Then you have the gel in a tube versus in a pot. But this is what it looks like with that first line. I'm just playing with the tube right now. Now, if you can get these to work in the tube and create a design, that's magical. You have some magical powers, because I cannot utilize this on an actual nail to save my soul. So the best part for me when I use a product like this is that I just feel like I can just squeeze the amount of product that I'm working with, and then it's just an easier cleanup for me and I'm not wasting so much product. Also, if you do purchase one of these products, make sure you're storing it upright. Do not store it so it's laying down. Put it in a pencil cup holder or something like that so the tip is up, not down, because otherwise that product could leak. So just keep that in mind when you are playing with a product like that. Up next, we're going to try a new nail glue. I really like my Glamnetic nail glue, but I heard some really good things about this one, so I figured we'll give it a go. The only thing, the directions are on the packaging, so if you are ripping that, make sure you can still see the directions. But this one I have high hopes for, so I will give you my final thoughts on that after I give it a go for a few weeks. I am currently wearing a set right now, and it's only been like 4 or 5 days, but I have not had any breakage or anything like that. But I feel like I can't give you a good breakdown if it's a hit yet, because we're only on 4 to 5 days. But I'm really excited about the nail bond. And then up next, we have a couple fall nail art options and accessories. So the first thing in here are these glitter pieces that are shaped like leaves. Now the colors definitely got me. I like the brown in here, and then there's this beautiful like wine purple color. There's also a little card in here that I was not expecting on directions. But anyways, these are really cute. There's 6 different colors in here, and there are so many leaves in here. You could layer this between those Goya jelly polishes that we saw earlier in the video. Options are endless with these, and they're a great addition to any nail look. And then the other thing that I grabbed, again, we're going to stick with the Goya. I'm telling you, Goya has been killing it with their product release. So this is the 5-pack of the nail art brushes. When I saw this, I just immediately added to cart. I didn't even think twice about it. Now, normally when you're playing with nail art brushes from Amazon, they can definitely be hit or miss on the quality and how light they feel. The first thing I'm noticing right off the bat is this pack right here feels on the heavier side, and I love a brush that doesn't feel too light, and that this feels so nice and just feels kind of like a luxury kind of moment for me. And I love these brushes so much. The lengths are perfect. I do like that the brushes are also different colors. They kind of have like this ethereal kind of unicorn vibe to them, but I'm loving these brushes so much, and they feel great in the hand. If you are looking for some nail art brushes, definitely grab this. I think it was like probably like $5 or under, but these are great brushes and they have not disappointed. They're awesome. So I cannot stress that enough. Do not sleep on those brushes. All right, so now we're going to dive into a fall chrome collection. Now there are so many chromes out there, and I wanted to grab one that had a lot of fall kind of deeper tones to them. And this collection was perfect because it's definitely giving you those fall vibes, and I feel like you can use this for Christmas time and holiday nails and New Year's Eve nails. So we're pulling in on the neutral side first. I like that about this. It's kind of like your coffee kind of espresso nails. The best thing about this is that you get 4 of them. You get a lot of chrome in here as well, and then it also includes the applicators, and I like the jewel tones that we're pulling in here with the green and the blue. So if you're looking for a good collection to build up your chrome powder, this might be a great one to add because you get so many different colors and you're going to be able to do so many different things with this chrome collection itself. And the price point, I believe, was like right under $20. It might have been like $16.99. So that is a good price point for those chromes. And I like that they included the applicator as well. And then we're almost to that finish line. We're going to talk about some cuticle hand care because we are getting into fall season. I know here in Wisconsin, it's hit or miss right now. It is either super warm or it's cold. So I wanted to pick up some hand essentials. So the Sally Hansen Vitamin E Cuticle Oil, I've been using now for about 3 weeks. I have it right at my nightstand. I like this a lot. It's unscented, which is a plus, so it's great for at nighttime. So it does not have an overbearing scent or anything like that. The only thing is that the opening on the oil, see that it does not have a stopper or anything like that. So you just want to be really careful that you do not knock that over because that will spill everywhere. But I do like this oil, and it's been working wonders on my nails, and I apply it right before bedtime, and then I do a lotion. And then keeping with that fall kind of trendy moment here, I did pick up a cuticle oil in the scent pumpkin spice latte because this would not be complete without something pumpkin spice related. So this is a cuticle oil in the scent pumpkin spice, and I love the bottle. First of all, it has like those dried flowers in there. I do like the scent of this. It's not too strong, but you can definitely tell it is pumpkin-y, and it's just a great little fun one to have. I like to use that one during the day. And then I picked up a new cuticle cream. This is a Badger Cuticle Care. It's kind of like a balm. I like this one. I will say I do like this one better than the Burt's Bees one. This one is more on the softer side. So I have been using this now. I got this like about, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, and I've been loving this one. I have it in my purse. It's super easy to use. I feel like the Burt's Bees one is so hard that you can't really get the product out. This is a balm, but it's still on the softer side, so you can easily get the amount that you want out and then just rub it into your nails. It also has a citrus. It has a little bit of a slight ginger scent to it. It's really refreshing, and I've been loving this cuticle balm. I cannot get enough of it. I'm already going to order another one, so I have one for my car as well. And then the last Goya product, this video is not sponsored by them or anything. This is stuff that I actually bought with my own money, but I'm telling you, Goya just was hitting the marks this time. So this is a 2-in-1. You can also get this separately, but I just got the 2-pack because I think it was like a $2 difference. So the first thing in here is the cuticle oil. And the cuticle oil, you get a nice decent size of the cuticle oil. When I did take the cuticle oil out of the box, I did notice that there was some cuticle oil residue on top of the cap there. That is completely normal. It wasn't spilt out in the bottle or anything like that. It was just on the cap. So I'm just going to go ahead and just wipe that off, but it's not leaking or anything like that. But this is what it looks like. You get a nice size amount of cuticle oil. I'm loving the packaging. It's a very clean, sleek packaging aesthetic. I'm here for it. And then you have a really just awesome dropper. It's like an oversized dropper. I'm here for it. It also is unscented as well, which is a plus. A lot of times when you're getting cuticle oils, they have a scent to them, and this does not. So that is a very nice feature that it is unscented. And then the next thing that was included in the duo is the cuticle care. So this is going to be something that you're going to apply to your cuticles and let them sit for a few moments, and then your cuticles soften, and then you can push your cuticles back. Again, I want to try this. I push my cuticles back every time I do a new press-on set. And I'm always looking for something that's for my cuticles. I like the Sally Hansen one is good. I also use like the Blue Cross one. So I'm very intrigued to see how this one performs. Again, it is also non-scented as well, which is really nice. If you tried this product yet, let me know what your thoughts are on it. I would love to know what you think of the new Goya cuticle oil and the cuticle softener. All right, so the next thing here, I swear we're almost at that finish line. We have an Aquaphor product. You're probably like, what is that? It looks like a glue stick, but I'm telling you, this right here, if you have super dry cuticles or any areas that are red, or if you had a hangnail, this is a great thing to add just a little bit. I just use a Q-tip and just scoop a little bit out and put it on my cuticles, and it literally heals my cuticles overnight. So if you have really dry cuticles, this is a great one to add to your collection. And then the Burt's Bees, the almond milk hand cream, this is my go-to. I love this. It smells very luxurious. I use this at night. So this is what I do. I do my cuticle oil first. I'm going in with that Sally Hansen vitamin E cuticle oil, and then I let that sit for about a minute, and then I'll finish off with the Burt's Bee honey almond milk cream. I love this so much. It's more on the thicker side. It is a little bit more on the greasier side. Here's the jar that I'm currently working on, but I'm telling you, when you wake up in the morning, your hands feel brand new, rejuvenated, ready to go, super hydrated. So again, it feels a little bit of greasiness on your hands, but it absorbs nicely into the skin, leaving you with just gorgeous hands in the morning. And then what I like to use during the day is the Age Renew hand cream from Gold Bond. I really like this one. I wish they sold it in a bigger bottle, but I cannot find it in a bigger bottle on Amazon. I'm gonna look at Target and see if they have it like in a pump bottle, but I do really like this one for during the day. It's fast absorbing. But again, if you have really dry hands and you're looking for something at night, definitely do the Sally Hansen vitamin E cuticle oil mixed in, then follow in with that Burt's Bee almond lotion. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a game changer. All right, and that is it. That was everything in our Amazon Fall Edition nail haul. I hope you enjoyed this. This is just a fun way to find some affordable nail finds that are readily available at your fingertips, that are available on Amazon. And I had so much fun creating this for you guys. I hope you got some fun nail ideas and found some new items that you haven't seen before on Amazon for all your fall needs. And again, everything that we used in today's video or that you saw will be in my curated Amazon list. I'll just link that right in the bottom of the description, so you can click on that and it's going to take you to my Amazon must-haves. And if you're looking for more Amazon must-haves that are not fall related, I will link the other Amazon haul video for you in the card, so you can check that out as well, just in case you're looking for some more fun, affordable nail finds. All right, so stay tuned. We will be diving into these products on my channel so you can see them to the full effect, and we're going to create a mani strictly using Amazon nail products from start to finish, so stay tuned for that. All right, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.